Hi, my name is Joel.
And my name is Mary.
And this is the Bubblegum Tree Podcast, where we
talk about parenting.
As two new parents
who don't know anything.
So if you know something, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we know nothing.
But we also don't really care.
Okay. So we have a 2-month-old son. Just to establish that.
Yes.
That means we're 2-month-old parents.
True. I never thought of it that way.
And in that experience, we are experts.
In the first 2 months of a child's life, we are experts.
Just for the first 2 months.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like 2-year-old expert. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like if we were to go back and do those first 2 months again, we would do it like flawlessly, right?
I think so.
We would execute it.
We did it almost
perfectly.
flawlessly the first time. So.
I mean, yeah, we're born naturals, which is why we started this podcast.
To educate all of you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. All right. So today we're talking about the birth, right?
Yeah, might as well start from the beginning, right?
The origin
Or I guess
story.
the beginning would be something different. You know what I mean? But we won't start there because, your parents are probably watching.
The beginning of parenting, not the beginning of the baby.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you brought a quiz for us.
I did. I brought.
You looked at the answers already?
No, I didn't look at the ansers
It's
already.
showing the correct answer.
Well, I have to quiz you. That's the only way this is going to work.
Oh, okay.
So I'm quizzing you because, I am the mommy, so I'm already an expert.
Yeah, everybody thinks that dads are pretty dumb about in parenting.
Yeah, we've learned that.
Definitely not that dad.
No, that's just like a weird
It's
stereotype.
like other dads, rise up. Jeez.
Right?
I don't know. Something's wrong with that. Anyway, okay. So you're quizzing me on childbirth facts.
Yes.
Okay.
So, question number 1. And this is multiple choice. Most women lose their mucus plug, A, in the first trimester, B, in early labor, C, during transition, or D, after delivering the placenta.
What was C?
C was during transition.
Okay, I don't know what transition means, but I'm going to go with C. And I didn't even know this was a thing, but I remember when you told me you had a mucus plug, I just thought that sounded incredibly gross. And also part of all of birth is just mostly gross things falling out of you. So
Very true.
mucus plug, I think, happens transition somewhere in there between you going into active labor, something or another.
You are correct about what transition is.
Oh,
Transition is when you go from inactive labor to active labor.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But however, you are wrong about when
No.
women lose the mucus plug. Women lose their mucus plug in early labor.
Well, I definitely didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, I never lost mine because I was induced. So, I mean, we weren't really experts on that subject.
Okay. Well, question 2.
Yeah. Okay. Braxton Hicks contractions mean you're going into early labor. True or false?
False. I know this because of Friends.
That's true.
You made me watch Friends,
I did.
and I know that Braxton Hicks, Rachel,
yes, gets Braxton Hicks contractions.
yeah, Rachel looks like a complete idiot because she goes to the hospital.
No, she did the right thing.
Oh, she. If you have Braxton Hicks contractions,
Well,
go
if you
to the
know they're
hospital.
Braxton Hicks, you don't have to go to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Rachel didn't know. She just felt like something was wrong.
True. Okay. Well.
Don't diss friends. How dare you?
Okay. So, moral of the story is, what are Braxton Hicks contractions? Basically, you're pretending to go into labor.
Yeah.
Your
body's
body's
practicing.
Practicing to go into labor.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're an expert on that.
But you never got those.
I think I did. But it was really hard to tell. I mean, I definitely knew that it wasn't real labor, but there were some times where I felt some cramping that week before I gave birth. I don't know.
Why are they called Braxton Hicks?
I think they're named after the person who
Discovered them?
discovered them. Yeah.
Weren't they always there? Who discovers that?
I don't know.
People have been having babies
Fair
forever.
question. Fair question. I wonder what they were called before this Braxton Hicks fellow.
Was it like Adam, Eve, Braxton
Braxton,
Hicks?
yeah.
Like right after that?
I think so.
Huh.
I think he was their son.
Cain, Abel,
And Braxton Hicks.
Braxton Hicks, I guess. Okay. Interesting. Well,
Okay. Next question. Active labor, which we already talked about. When does it begin? Does it begin when your water breaks? True or false?
okay. First of all, I think we should talk about how Hollywood has lied to us our whole lives.
About how dramatic it is when your water breaks?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
It is very anticlimactic.
Yeah, it is not like a giant pool of water that falls on the ground,
Yeah.
which according to most movies it is.
Every single time you see water breaks in a movie or on a TV show, there is a sudden puddle, a waterfall that gushes onto the floor.
Splashes on everyone surrounding the pregnant woman.
Yeah, and then they got a whole cleanup crew because
Yeah, clean up on aisle 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that does not happen. It like trickles out of you.
Yeah, it's a constant trickling, more of, for sure.
Yeah, it's very disappointing.
However, I also didn't experience that because I was induced, but
True.
we knew that it wasn't like it is in the movies.
Which is sad. I think we need to redesign on that.
Anyway, answer the question.
Okay, so
Does active labor begin when your water breaks? True or false?
false, because active labor starts after a certain dilation.
Correct.
Hmm.
Correct.
See, I'm just too good at this
Begins
game.
at 6 centimeters dilation.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens during the 3rd stage of labor? I honestly did not know the answer to this one. Okay, so A, your water breaks. B, you deliver baby. C, you deliver the placenta. D, you dilate from 4 to 10 centimeters.
3rd stage of labor. Okay, let's walk through the stage of labor. I think there's the early stage of labor. I've heard of that. That's like the boring stuff, right? You're barely dilating. Then you hit active labor when things start to get exciting. You're in a lot of pain. So I feel like that's 2nd stage. I feel like 3rd stage would be after the baby, which would mean placenta.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Nice.
Wow, I'm impressed,
Thank you.
honestly. You're turning out to be a childbirth master. Okay. Signs of early labor include A, irregular menstrual cramps. B, a dull backache. C, discomfort in the upper thighs. D, diarrhea or loose stools. E, all of these things.
Okay. Any question that says all of the above usually is all of the above.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
nice little
pretty
tip
sure.
on how to pass a test for all
I'm
of
pretty
you.
sure this one
Yeah.
is all of the above.
It is all of the above. That is correct.
Which, by the way, I think that's the most torturous part of labor is before you even start
Okay.
dilating.
Okay. As a man, are you allowed to pick out the most torturous part of labor? I don't think so.
I think it is.
No.
I think it's mentally torturing because you are constantly having anxiety of like whether it's coming out and you're like, maybe we should do some hula hoops and then the baby will come out. Everybody's like, hula hoops definitely worked for me. I'm like, no, you're a liar. Nothing works. I don't believe anything works.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you on that. Like, I think that baby's just going to come out when it wants to come out. You can try all of those like remedies to speed up labor to make yourself feel better, to make yourself feel like you have control over the situation. But really, it's just going to happen when it happens in our experience.
And the worst part is everybody has their say, and everybody is like, this is going to do it. You should do this.
Yep.
And this just makes the whole scenario way more stressful.
I definitely agree.
So I think that's our hot take is nothing actually works to activate labor.
True. However, I disagree that is the worst part of labor. I would say the worst part of labor would be the part where it feels like a semi-truck is trying to come out of your butt.
Is that how you describe labor?
That is how I would describe it.
A semi-truck is going to come out of your butt.
Yep.
That's pretty... you know how big a semi-truck is?
Yep. Do you know how big the pain in my butt was? The size of a semi-truck.
That's fair.
That's a weird
Santi,
size.
just for the record, is not the size of a semi-truck.
No, he's a hefty boy at 8 pounds, 5 ounces, but definitely not the size of a semi-truck. Okay. Early labor lasts for no more than 5 hours. True or false?
Early labor lasts no more than 5 hours? That's false because everybody goes at different paces.
Yeah, everybody's different. So
Yeah.
that is correct. That is false.
Do you know how many hours you were in early labor?
No, I don't know how many hours I was in early labor. I mean, labor total, probably like
26.
Yeah, less than 48 hours for sure. Somewhere between 24 and 48.
What? It was like 20. You started at like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And then you finished at 11:45 the next day. So it's like 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Okay. That is an excellent segue into the next question. The average length of labor for a first-time mom is A, 12 to 24 hours, B, 4 to 6 hours, or C, 48 to 72 hours.
Of what labor? Active labor?
Labor in general.
Oh, just total labor.
Total labor, yeah.
Okay, so we just said you were 26 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And they give you an average?
The average, yeah.
I would say, well, give me the options again.
A, 12 to 24, B, 4 to 6, or C, 48 to 72.
I'm going to say B, just because it's the middle one.
4 to 6?
Yeah.
No, 12 to 24.
Oh.
Based on mine, you should have known that was the correct answer. It was the closest amount of time to what my labor was.
If I'm being completely honest, I couldn't remember the answer choices here.
Wow. Why are we even doing this? Okay. All right. When is a baby fully engaged?
Fully engaged. That means
A, his head is down. B, his head is low and pressing on your cervix. C, his head is visible. D, his head is out.
okay, it's definitely not out.
True.
It's definitely not visible. It's either it's pointed downward or it's pressing on your cervix. Which, does it press on your cervix? Does the baby press on your cervix?
Does he?
Doesn't the cervix like get out of the way? Isn't the cervix like, all right, I'm out of here, and then the baby comes out? Doesn't that happen?
Well, it's asking when your baby is fully engaged.
Well, I know. I'm just asking a side question.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
The cervix is like, and then the baby, whoo.
Yes.
Yeah, right? I thought that was interesting. Because that was your problem, is that the cervix wouldn't get out of the way. Right?
Well, that's what it does when it dilates. It opens.
Oh. Yeah, no, but I don't know. It's because they made it seem like it rotated in your stomach or something.
I don't
Like
know.
it shifted up. I don't know. Maybe that was just you.
Answer the question.
I was trying to listen to the doctors. Okay. I'm going to go with pointed down.
No, it is the more descriptive one. His head is low and pressing on your cervix.
Okay. Well,
Oh, here's a good one. Since you know so much about the cervix, the thinning and softening of the cervix is called A, effacement, B, dilation, or C, oxytocin.
oxytocin. How dumb do they think people are? Oxytocin. The thinning and softening of the cervix, which you can get. There's a medicine. You took a medicine.
Yes.
Called
I don't know what it was called.
Goflin.
I mean, I'm pretty sure what they gave me was oxytocin.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the medicine you use to get.
Yeah.
Got you.
Thin and soft in the
Gotcha.
cervix.
That is true. Oh, yes, I do remember. I do remember there was a little IV drop. So I'm pretty sure it's effacement.
Correct.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The pushing stage of labor on average lasts for A, less than 15 minutes, B, 15 minutes to 3 hours, C, 4 to 6 hours.
The pushing stage of labor lasts how long? Do the answer choices again.
A, less than 15 minutes, B, 15 minutes to 3 hours, or C, 4 to 6 hours.
Oh, it's definitely, okay. It's definitely B. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely B.
How long did I push for?
You push for 45 minutes.
Yes. Correct.
I feel like I would know that more than you would know that.
No, I knew how long I pushed for.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Trust me, I knew a lot.
No, you were out of it by that point.
I was a little out of it.
You were basically unconscious
But I
at
knew
that
how
point.
much time was passing by.
You had no idea what was going on in the room. You were out of it. There's no way.
I was.
I was staring at the clock the entire time.
I'm an epidural girly over here, and it had me out of it.
You were very high on the epidural.
Yeah, I was.
I think, which I don't know if that's a thing. Is that a thing to get high on your epidural?
I don't know, but it had me like all crazy. I don't know if that's everyone's experience. I'm sure it affects people differently, but
That's true. But you were hallucinating.
I wouldn't say I was hallucinating.
You were fully
It felt like I was
hallucinating.
dreaming because I would fall asleep for a minute.
No,
and I
you
would
were
start to
okay.
dream.
You said, you would say something like, "Oh yeah, go get that for me," while nothing was happening in the room. And then I would say, "What? What's wrong?" And you'd be like, "Oh, sorry. I was dreaming." But I was staring at you the whole time. You had not closed your eyes. And you certainly had not gone to sleep because you were in pain moaning the entire time.
I don't know.
There's no way you were dreaming.
I could have sworn my eyes were closed. And I was sleeping.
That's what I'm saying. You're hallucinating. You're in a complete dream state.
Yeah.
Hallucinating. Seeing I don't know what. And I quite honestly, I don't want to know.
I don't know. And yet I still felt a lot of pressure.
You were in
pain.
so much pain, but you were also very high.
It's crazy. All right.
So epidurals may
Yeah,
or may not
6 out of 10.
give you
on the epidural.
hallucinations.
Yeah. The hormone that brings on contractions is called A, estrogen, B, cortisol, C, oxytocin, or D, adrenaline.
I'm sure you feel adrenaline. Adrenaline's got to be going, right?
I would think so.
But I would think that it would have to be estrogen.
No, it's oxytocin.
Really?
Yeah.
Oxytocin is inside of you?
Yeah. Oxytocin is a hormone released by the pituitary gland.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. I thought oxytocin was like super addictive drug.
That's Oxycontin.
Well, why do they got to name it so close together?
No, I'm sure there's a scientific reason.
Oxytocin and Oxycontin, very different things.
True.
I had no idea. I thought they were the same thing.
Oxytocin is the love hormone.
Oh, oxytocin is a hormone. Oxycontin. Did they do that on purpose?
An opioid. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know the reason. All right. The delivery of the placenta usually takes A, 2 to 3 minutes, B, 5 to 20 minutes, or C, 1 to 2 hours.
Okay, honestly, I don't know the answer to this one because,
You were out of the room.
yeah, I left when you were delivering the placenta.
True.
I also did notice, though, that the like doctor lady got out of the way. And then the student who was there was like, all right, student, you may deliver the placenta. Did you know
Yeah,
that?
I guess that's a very low profile.
Yeah, they were like, you can't deliver the baby for sure because you're just a student. But
Yeah.
placenta, we don't care about that one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't really remember that much about delivering the placenta. I think it was pretty painless.
So I'm going to go with, was it 2 to 3 minutes?
That is incorrect. 5 to 20 minutes. But, I mean, 2 to 3, 5 to 20.
Yeah, it's not that much of a
I'm
difference.
sure it could come out in 2 to 3.
I feel like yours was fast. 'Cause I don't even think I saw it come out.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I was still in the room, but I was watching the baby as the 20 nurses around us
Yeah.
were scrambling, doing things. And I think, I don't know, I could have sworn it came out faster than that.
I have no memory, really. I just remember when they took it that they said they had to keep it because I had had COVID during my pregnancy. So they had to study it.
Study your placenta. So we couldn't eat your placenta.
Ew, gross. No, we would not be doing that regardless.
Why? Yeah, I don't think I'd want to eat it.
No, I don't care if it would make me live like 1,000 years. I would not eat that thing.
All right, next question.
All right. I feel like we should end the podcast by saying what our favorite part about labor and childbirth was and what our least favorite part about labor and childbirth was.
Okay, so do you want to start with the good ones or the bad parts?
Let's start with the positive.
Okay.
Or no, let's end on the positive.
Yeah, that's.
I think that's more like nice way to wrap it up.
Okay, worst part of
Than the
labor.
negative. Yeah.
You go first.
I mean,
Wait, what am I
definitely the
saying?
whole semi truck coming out of your butt thing is not fun. And also, I would say like, I mean, especially since it was our first child, we just didn't know what to expect the whole time. I would say that's the worst part for sure, is not knowing like what to expect, especially since I'm a person who like likes to be prepared and have a plan. So that was the hardest part for me. I mean, aside from the hellish pain. Okay, your turn.
I would say, okay, am I speaking from a dad's perspective at this point?
As opposed to,
As opposed to saying what the worst part was for you.
oh no, what the worst part was for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a dad's perspective, it was definitely once you actually started to feel pain, like the last 6 hours of labor or so, because I could not fall asleep. You were like knocked out by the epidural, but yeah, like I could not fall asleep. I stared at your vitals the entire time, and yeah, like feeling like I felt like I couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that was rough because I was like, you're just like, like every 5 seconds, and I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can do here. Like, what do you want me
You
to
felt
do?
helpless.
Yeah. That's definitely the worst part. Is like, no matter what you do, there's nothing. You're just like, well, hold on tight, and that's it.
Yeah, you did great though.
True. Thanks. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll go with my favorite part.
Yeah, you do your favorite part.
My favorite part, honestly, I'm glad the nurse made me grab one of your legs during the pushing part. Because then it gave me the perfect vantage point to actually see him come out, which I didn't think I wanted to see. I didn't think I wanted to see the baby come out of you, because that sounds terrible. Like, just in your imagination, it doesn't sound cool, but it definitely wasn't gross. It was definitely super cool to see like, oh no, you could see his head and he was like starting to crown. Do you wish that you had seen it?
No, not so much. I mean, I got to feel it. So no, at one point.
I saw this. There was someone who said, oh, I put a mirror right behind where the doctor was so I could see him coming out and it would encourage me.
No, like if I wanted to, I could have, because there's a TV in your like hospital room. I could have looked up at the TV and saw the reflection of myself giving
That's
birth.
not true. That is not true.
It is
we were
true.
watching Black Panther.
I mean, even though there was a movie playing, I could still see the reflection. There was a huge shining light shining right on that area. I was causing a reflection, but I avoided looking at it.
I don't believe
I want to
this.
see it.
You were hallucinating.
And also, I did not hallucinate.
Maybe that was a hallucination.
At some point, the nurse was like, "Do you want to put your hand down and feel his head?" I'm like, "No."
Oh yeah, I think that's gross.
Yeah.
Because then at that point, he probably just feels like a big poop.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gross. It's just that, like, I was exhausted and trying to push. I'm like, no, let's just do it.
Yeah, but that definitely was my favorite part, was seeing him, because you could even see his head move around while he was still in you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I would like try to convey how exciting that was to you, but every time I looked at you, you were just like, but yeah, I think that was the coolest part. So 10 out of 10 would recommend watching the baby come out.
No.
Especially in the last moment when you finally push him out, because he's really small, like got a tiny like visual of the head. And then all of a sudden on the last push, it's like he just pops out of there and the head is like 5 times bigger than what I thought it was going to be, like staring at it for the other 15 minutes that it was sitting there. Then all of a sudden it just flows out, and then you almost don't see the baby for a second, and then all of a sudden you see the baby like being carried by one of the nurses. But you can definitely tell like it's just like a flash of like a balloon popping or something. The opposite of a balloon popping. Balloon escaping the small crevice. It's pretty cool. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Go watch it come out. Boys.
No, you did do a good job of indicating how exciting it was to watch it, because like I would push and just have like no idea what's going on down there. And I would like look at you and the doctors and nurses for like some indication that what I was doing was making a difference and it was working. And so I would look at you and you'd be like,
well, granted, the nurses did a great job of trying to cheer you on the entire time.
oh, for sure. For sure.
They were very much cheerleaders. I said nothing. I did not say a word. Mostly because I don't know, maybe in those moments I just get very quiet.
No, you did great in my opinion.
But it was the looks. That's why I tried to give you the looks, because I knew I wasn't saying anything.
No,
I was just like,
no, you gave me looks that were like, yes, it's happening.
Yeah.
Like you're pushing.
I let the nurses do all the
something.
cheerleading.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to say anything. But yeah, that was my favorite part.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite part was definitely like that last push and then him coming out, for sure. I mean, first of all, because like all that pressure I'd been feeling for hours and like the burning and pain, there was just a big moment of relief when he was finally out. I was like, huh, yes. And then also, I mean, just they placed him right on my stomach or my chest, and just he was real. Like, he was a real person.
It wasn't just a really big poop.
No, it was not. And I really enjoyed, like you said, the nurses were super good cheerleaders. That last push, I could not do it. I was like, they were like, come on, one more push. And I'm like, I can't do it. And all the nurses in the room were like, yes, you can. And I was like, ah.
It was a full Dora moment there.
Push. Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. And I think it was exciting that like all the nurses came in. Because for the most part, the first like 30 minutes of that 45 minutes, there was only 3 nurses there.
Yeah.
Well, the nurse, the doctor,
and a student.
and his student.
Yep.
Which the student wasn't doing anything. It was just the nurse and the doctor. And then all of a sudden, in like the last couple minutes
Yeah.
even.
All those pediatric nurses
Yeah, like
came in.
slowly,
Yeah.
nurse after nurse after nurse after nurse came in. So like on that final push, like you had a full crowd.
They did.
There was a full fan section.
Yeah. Like 20 people
Yeah.
just staring at my business.
Push.
Yeah,
You can do it, yeah. So that was cool. I thought that was a cool moment.
it was.
If only they brought in like a band too, you know, that would have been better. But you know, what if they did that? Like during that moment, they're like, okay, push the button, and then all of a sudden, like the lights change, like you know, like a disco ball kind of thing, like flashing lights, and then like smoke starts to fill the room.
Yeah, I felt like in my state, I probably would not have been able to appreciate that.
I don't know. I would have appreciated it.
Yeah.
And then somebody like is on
Maybe
the
in
button
hindsight.
ready for when the baby actually pops out. There's just confetti cannons just blow out.
Yeah.
Full experience.
Yeah. That is something to think about.
Oh,
All right. Well, we
looks like
should
the
wrap
baby
this up.
boy is waking up again.
He is waking up once again.
All right, it's gonna be a long night.
It is. It is midnight.
Okay. Well, if you have any questions for us, because we're expert parents, let us know.
Let us know and we'll answer them perfectly.
All right. This has been the Bubblegum Tree Podcast, episode 1 of 5,000, I think.
Join us
That's our
next
goal.
week. Yep.
5,000.
I mean, we're going to have a child for the rest of our lives. So, I mean, we could do this for the rest of our lives.
That's true. Okay. Episode 1. That's it. That's a wrap. My name is Joel.
My name is Mary.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye-bye.